Hi, lovelies. Welcome to Managing My Money with Rosa. Today, we are going to review our debt and see where we're at in our debt-free journey. If you're new here, my name is Rosa. My channel is all about my personal budgeting journey. It's about cash envelopes, sinking funds, savings challenges, how we stash our money, where we stash our money, why we stash our money. It's also about our investing and a little bit about our debt-free journey, which is what we're going to talk about today. If you have not already, I'd really appreciate if you would take a second and push subscribe below. If you are a subscriber, thank you so much for coming back and spending a little bit more of your time with me. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. And everyone, please take a second, smash that thumbs up button. All right, so our debt-free journey really started 2 years ago. Actually, 2 years ago in August. Yay! We had about $70,000 in debt, not including the mortgage at the time, and just really wanted to find a way to not owe the creditors every month, to free up that cash and be able to do something that we wanted to do with it. So we really started to rearrange the budget. Wasn't making a lot at the time, got a second job, really started to pay down our debt as well as put a little aside for some of the things that we wanted. After I got the part-time job, I changed jobs, and then we were able to put a whole lot more towards our debt and just really knocking it out as fast as we can. Now, we have never really had consumer debt. We had to file for bankruptcy about 15 years ago, and since then, credit cards and consumer debt just were not on the list. We either paid for it in cash or we just didn't get it. So we really only have 3 major debts and a 4th little one, but we have a mortgage payment, my car payment, a student loan, my daughter who had a car, she took care of that payment, and then we bought cell phones about almost 2 years ago because we're coming up on that being done. And just seeing how fast we can knock all of this out. There are multiple ways that you can pay down your debt. One of them is Dave Ramsey, and a lot of people talk about debt snowball. It's where you pick the one with the smallest value and you pay it down as fast as you can. You then take that payment and roll it into the next one. It's kind of like a snowball, how when you roll the snowball and pack it, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And then you continue to do that. We decided against that because I wanted to do the debt avalanche. The debt avalanche is where you pay the debt that has the highest interest rate, and you do that because in the end you end up paying less. It doesn't come with the same successes that the debt snowball does. Like if we were using the debt snowball, our phones would have been paid for a long time ago, and then my car would have been paid for, and then we'd been working on my student loan. Well, because we are doing the debt avalanche, I haven't paid anything off really in 2 years. And that's because my student loan started at about $35,000. Yeah, $35,000. That was a hard pill to swallow. So when interest rates were 0, we still made some payments here and there, but really we were focused on my car at the time because it had the highest interest rate. When student loan interest came back in, we really started to work on my $35,000 in student loans. So there's no small successes when you use the debt avalanche. What keeps me motivated in doing this is that I know in the end I'm going to end up paying less in interest. My student loan interest is roughly 6%. It's like 5.96. My car payment is 3.5%. Our cell phones are at 0%. So between those 3, we could have paid off our cell phones quite some time ago and then put that $65 into either the student loan or the Mazda. But we decided that the student loan payment at almost 6% interest, this is at 0, we'd rather knock this down. So we have been determined to get this down as fast as we can. Huge chunks of my check go towards this, huge chunks of my check. There are things that we don't get or do because we're paying down this. Do we still live? Yes, we do. We budget for things that we want to do, but we don't save we save up for those. So we make a plan for something we want and then we take care of paying it. So let's get into where we're at on all of this. We make minimum payments on everything except for my student loan. So our mortgage, we made a payment of $1,235. I think I'm gonna need a new green pin. My car, we made a payment of $370. We are gonna need a new green pin. I think that one's dead, right? We made a payment of $370. Student loan, I told you we are in the process. That's the one we are really, really, really determined to get rid of. So last month, I had 3 checks, but one of them literally came on the last day of the month. I didn't have time to, it didn't all clear before the end of last month, so I just kind of rolled it into a payment for this month. So we paid $2,650 down on my student loan. My daughter's car is at 0, and we paid down $65.40 on our cell phones, and that's just the minimum payment. So these 3 are minimum payments. And my student loan is the one we are really, really, really working on knocking out. All right, so, so we paid down a total of $3,615.05. Now, I know that when you add these together, that doesn't equal that. That's because I am taking, some of this isn't actually towards the payment. Like some of this was interest, some of this was interest, a huge chunk of this was interest, and then the rest of that is my escrow account. So it doesn't equal $3,615.05. However, when you take all of the balances and minus it what we were last month, then it does. All right, so the mortgage, where were we at on the mortgage? We were at 114. We are now at $113,954.37. Yay! Puts us under 115. My car, we're only taking out $370. Now, good news is most of that does come straight off of the principal. There's I think $30 or $40 in interest. Yay! So just trying to keep that going. So in total, my car is now at $7,089.91. Yay! We'll be under the $7,000 mark next month. My student loan, because again, this is the one we are working on kicking out as fast as we can. We are now under $10,000. We are at $8,008.83. Yay! That one, I have to tell you, makes me the happiest out of all of them. And then my daughter's car, she paid that off, so that is 0. And then our cell phones are now under the $500 mark. They are at $482.66. Yay! So last month we ended June with $133,000. We are going to end July under 130. Yay! We are now at $129,535.77. So again, although lots of different ways you can do your debt, and we have chosen to use the debt avalanche method to knock out my student loan because of interest. We are now under $1 a day on interest. Yay! We were at $3 in interest every day, so it helps us save. If you have any questions or just want to say hey, I'd love if you drop it in chat. I hope you have a great day. Bye, guys.